Hello, this is Kelvin Thompson, and I'm here to give a speech on felons' right to vote. We have a huge problem in this country that once felons are released, in some states, they lose their right to vote. This is a major, major problem in our country, and we need to address this as soon as we can. Because this is a classic case of voter disenfranchisement. We disenfranchise a lot of people by holding their right to vote once they're released from prison. Um, we'll discuss a couple of things today. I'm here to try to get people to understand the severity of this. Felons should resume the right to vote as soon as upon release. And you have some states that actually do this. There are like 16 states that allow you to vote once you're released or offer parole and probation. Texas is one of those states. Once you clear your parole or probation, you're allowed to vote. Once you register, you're given full voter access. But you have some states like Alabama who, depending on your crime, if it's a murder or rape or aggravated robbery, a case that they consider aggravated, you lose your voting rights permanently. Yet, these certain states want you to work, pay taxes, found housing, yet you pay taxes, but you can't vote on who you want. You're not represented. That's taxation without representation. That's what this country, principle that this country was founded upon. So you have certain states that actually take away your rights permanently. But you have states like Maine, according to the Restoration of Rights Project, states like Maine, Vermont, and the District of Columbia actually prisoners get to vote while incarcerated. And we've had a couple of other states that's looked into this. They backed out due to the political climate now, but they actually have talked about doing this. So we need to see and kind of look into this. Me personally, I believe once you've paid your debt to society, you should have all your rights restored. You should not have that dark cloud hanging on your head because being away from your family for years at a time, far away from home, that's hard enough. Trying to get your rights back, something as simple as voting, hard, and it's not fair. It's totally not fair. Uh, Again, we have states like Alabama that, depending on what your crime is, you lose your voter rights. And the thing about it is, if you look at the map closely, supplied by the National Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers, those states run through the Deep South, where slavery was held at. So you can kind of see where this is going. They're trying to keep the vote turnout down, no matter what your political affiliations are. They're trying to keep that vote down so they can stay in power. That's what a lot of people think. That's what I believe. And I'm here to tell you that it's something to that. We need a national plan to have felons have their votes rights. I believe in state rights, but at some point we have to step in and say, hey, enough is enough. That these guys should be able to vote. What can we do? We can have our elected politicians look into this, right? They are the one that's getting voted in to try to make our lives better. This should be a bipartisan solution. It doesn't matter your political affiliation. Stripping someone of their basic fundamental rights like voting is not what this country is about and was founded upon. We need to address why one political party is overwhelmingly in favor of this disenfranchisement of prisoners, right? And to keep that voting roll down some in certain states like Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida. Yes, we need to get this straightened out. And we as Americans need to do what's right when it comes to our citizens being stripped of our basic fundamental rights and restoring our brothers with dignity and grace when they have served their debt to society. And that's the main thing. These guys and women are square with the house once they went and served their time. So we need to contact our elected officials. We need to contact the Department of Justice, because this is something that they can look into and help us identify. And then reach out to people like the National Association of Criminal Defense Attorneys and the Restoration of Rights Project. We can contact these organizations to look into this problem for us. But for now, find out what state you're in, figure out what's your voting policy, and try to give people their right to vote back. Thank you for your time.